One of the more interesting games of the week will take place in Denver when the Tampa Bay Bucs come to town to take on the Broncos. Denver's currently installed as an 8-point favorite in this game on BETDAQ. 50.5 is the total. Now Denver, they've won 6 games in a row. They're playing at an elite level. We know all about their offense, and Peyton Manning has that offense humming just like the Indianapolis Colts 6 or 8 years ago. They're 4th in the NFL in total offense right now, 3rd in points per game. But what about that Denver defense? This defense has steadily improved as the year has progressed. Right now, they rank top 10 in the NFL in every major statistical category. I'm talking about total defense, rush defense, pass defense, and points allowed. You got to give a lot of credit to John Fox, Jack Del Rio, their first-year defensive coordinator. They are playing some good football on that side of the ball, and they're going to need to be because they're going to have their hands full on Sunday with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This Tampa offense currently 4th in the league in points per game. They have been very, very impressive this season. Can't say enough about the offseason acquisition of Vincent Jackson at wide receiver. Not only has he made a lot of plays for them himself downfield, but he's really opened things up for the rest of this offense. Rookie running back Doug Martin having a huge year. Mike Williams, who had been the #1 wide receiver in Tampa for the last couple of years, he's having a big year now playing opposite Vincent Jackson. Josh Freeman, after a terrible year last year, has really come around playing some good football. Tampa has been the best team in the entire NFL to back this season. They are 8-2-1 against the spread. That's what happens when a team with low expectations ends up being a good team. And this team sure did have low expectations. Remember, the Bucs last year lost their final 10 games. So Greg Schiano, to me, Greg Schiano should be the leader for the NFL Coach of the Year race. I know usually teams who, usually coaches whose teams win their divisions, they usually get those type of awards, and the Bucs are not going to win the NFC South, but they're still in the running for the NFC playoffs. The Bucs have lost 5 games. It's probably going to take 10-6 to make the playoffs in the NFC, so this is a huge game for Tampa on Sunday. If they lose this game, they're probably going to have to win out to make the postseason, and you know what? A loss here appears very likely. It's going to be tough for them to go in and beat Denver. We mentioned the Broncos 8-point favorites. Primary reason it's going to be so tough for Tampa to win this game is because they have the worst secondary in the entire NFL. We mentioned Tampa's offense, and they've been great this season. Tampa has the best rush defense, at least statistically, the best rush defense in the NFL. But that secondary, allowing 315 passing yards per game, they haven't been able to slow down anybody. Last week, they gave up 353 passing yards to Matt Ryan in a tough home loss to the Falcons. And this week, going on the road, facing Peyton Manning. I mean, it doesn't look good for this Tampa defense this week. Manning, we said the Colts are the Broncos. I called them the Colts. That's because they look just like the Colts 6 or 8 years ago. Just swap the names on the back of the jerseys. It's no longer Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, or in more recent years, Austin Collie, Pierre Garçon. It's now Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker. Of course, there are some familiar faces there. Brandon Stokely, Jacob Tamme. Listen, if it weren't for the uniform change, you'd be thinking you were watching the Indianapolis Colts circa 2006 or 7. I mean, Peyton Manning, what else can you say about the guy? All the questions about him coming into this season, missing a year, the nerve damage, all the shoulder and neck surgeries. Well, he looks just like Peyton Manning. Early in the year, I was trying to poke holes in him. I said, well, he looks like he doesn't have quite the arm strength he used to. Maybe they're not throwing it down the field as much as they used to in Indianapolis. I'm done trying to do that. He looks just like Peyton Manning, and this offense looks just like the Indianapolis Colts offense in the glory days. So I think the Bucs are in big trouble here because they haven't been able to slow down anybody's passing game all year. And Peyton Manning's going to pass for as many yards as he wants to in this game. And that's why, despite the fact that the Bucs have been the best team in the NFL to back this season, as we mentioned, 8-2-1 against the number, and despite the fact the Bucs have been a popular public bet out in Vegas this week, I guess most bettors just thinking that it's just too many points to be given this Tampa team. I do lean towards Denver -8 in this game. Love the Bucs. I bet on them a couple of times this year. They've treated me well. Love that offense. Love what Greg Schiano has done there. Do not love that secondary, and especially on the road against an offense like this. I think Denver is going to basically name the score in this game, or at least name how many points they're going to score. They're going to go up and down the field in this game. 50.5 is a high total, but I do lean towards the over here. Both these teams playing a lot of over football. But the bet I like a little more is Denver -8. I think the Broncos pick up a double-digit win at home on Sunday over the Tampa Bay Bucs.